Right. My legs are shaking. Right. Hello everyone, I would just like to say thank you for you all coming today. I would just like to welcome Chris to me crazy family. You would all agree with me, Chris has scrubbed up well and looks very smart. Chris even booked himself into Tony and Guy the other day for a haircut and came straight home. Tried his wedding suit on, stood in the mirror for at least 20 minutes saying how sexy he looked, as he does every other day. And Lauren, when I saw you today in your dress, you took my breath away. And I think everyone will agree with me that you are the most beautiful bride, and I am bursting with pride standing next to you both today. As you will all know, we love our kids with all of our hearts, and it can be hard to watch them grow up. Lauren, you fill me with pride with everything you do, but I also miss my little girl. Who used... I can't do it.
You can. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Breathe.
Who used to hold my hand, who used to run to me when you would fall. Now that you are older, I'm very proud of the person you have become. I'm so happy for the love you have found in Chris. I always remember your first date. You went on with Chris, you were that nervous, you drank a full bottle of wine. And when you got back, you said, I'm going to marry Chris, and started laughing. But here we are today, everyone. She always gets her own way. Can we all raise our glasses to Chris and Lauren?
Well done. Well done. And your mum would cry.
Stand up. Thanks, Gary, for that wonderful speech. I know it was quite a big deal for you to stand up and talk in front of everyone, but I think you smashed it really. And you're right, I do look very sexy today. So, something I've been absolutely bursting to say is, on behalf of myself and my absolutely stunning wife, I think we'd like to welcome everyone here. Thanks a lot for coming. I know that pretty much everyone's had to travel to get here, but me and Lauren absolutely love this venue, so thanks for the effort. I know it's a Monday as well, so it's a bit awkward for everyone, but it was cheaper, so they say that this is the first and last time in married life that I'm going to be allowed to talk in front of the wife and the mother-in-law without being interrupted, so I'm going to make the most of it. My speech is mainly just going to be loads of thank yous. Me and Lauren have got loads of people that we're grateful for, and people that we've got to thank things for getting us here today. But it wouldn't be right if I continued without thanking some people who are not here today. Me and Lauren have been lucky enough to both have some amazing grandparents. Some of them are here today. Gramps, sitting front and centre, looking smart as a dart. I want to give a massive special mention to Mavis. Where's she? Oh, Mavis, made it here today. Not many people know, but Mavis had a bit of a fall only 5 days ago, and she's been in bed every day since. And it was a massive effort for you to come here today, and we'll both be forever grateful that you're here today. Honestly, the day wouldn't have been the same without you and Eddie for looking after her all the time. Thanks a lot. But we've got some grandparents who's influenced their lives as well who are not here today. I know that Lauren never met her granddad Charlie. From what I've heard from Kerry and other people, he was a great man. He was pretty much head of the family. There he is. So the people that are not here with us are still with us here in different ways, and they influence this wedding, and their influence is sprinkled all around this wedding. But from what Kerry said, I know that he would absolutely love Lauren, and I'm sure he's looking down, smiling, proud as punch of both of you, Kerry and Lauren, when he saw he's walking down the aisle today. But Lauren did know her granddad Alan, who absolutely doted on her. I know that Lauren loved him at bits as well. From what I've heard from Kerry and the photos that I've seen, they were a proper little double act. And one of the Kerry's told me that the last thing that he said to Kerry before he passed away was that he hopes Lauren finds a good man. So no pressure, Alan. But hopefully that's something that I can be. It's something I'll try to be, and hopefully he approves. And same as well, I think, thanks. He'll be looking down, smiling, proud as punch at how beautiful you look today, Lauren. All right. Myself as well, I've been extremely lucky to have the amazing grandparents that I've had in my life. Both sets, my crazy grandpa Joe and my nana Hilda, who's my mum's mum and dad, who are not here with us today. My nana Bet, who's not here with us today, and my gramps, who's here. I couldn't have two better sets of sort of inspirational grandparents to look up to. Both been like true romantic stories of old school love where you find your soulmate when you're young. And I think hopefully that's something me and Lauren can take inspiration from. If we can live as old and wrinkly and as happy as they did, then we'll be doing well. So if everyone wouldn't mind just raising their glasses, you can stay seated if you want. You should join me in a toast. I want to toast to lost loved ones. Thanks.
Be lucky.
And we both really want to take this opportunity to thank both of our parents as well. Kerry, I know that today is a massive day for you. Lauren's your only child, and how close you are. And to see you walking Lauren down the aisle was a really special moment, both for you and for Lauren and for me. I know that you and Lauren clash sometimes, but it's only because you're so close. But I think the way that Lauren's turned out is a massive credit to you. And I think the devotion that you must have shown to bring Lauren up to be the amazing person that she is today by yourself as a single parent deserves a massive round of applause. I'd like to thank my mum and Alan for always being there for us. Thank you for that amazing cake. If you haven't seen it already at the back, probably the nicest cake I've ever seen in my life. Oh, there you go. And this, did you make Dale's cake? All right, so that is the nicest cake that I've ever seen in my life yet. I just want to say as well how proud I am of you for this cake business that you've got now, this success. I know that me and Dale and Emma remember when we were just young, how creative you were and all the amazing things you used to do for us and painting our bedroom walls, Disney characters and stuff by hand. So it's really nice for us to see now that you're using your creativeness to do something that you love. And I think proof that how nice our cakes are, I do remember just before you started this cake making business, I did have a 6-pack. Did. And now I've got a 1-pack. So thanks a lot. And you. Feed us. Flower's laughing. I'd like to thank my dad. Both of us. Thanks for managing to get here on time today. Thanks for not forgetting your shoes or your shirt or your tie or anything like that. You know, genuinely, me and Lauren got loads to thank you for. You've done loads for us. From when we first bought the house, you were there helping us loads. And then as soon as we booked this wedding, every time we've seen you since, you've been there asking if you can contribute and if there's anything you can do. And it's massively, massively appreciated. Just want you to know. I'd like to thank our gorgeous flower girls. All look absolutely stunning today. It could have been chaos having 5 flower girls so young, but you did like a brilliant job, and we're over the moon that you were part of our big day. And Alfie and the twins, looking proper smart lads. There you are. I want to thank Steve for being my best man. Thanks, Stephen. I know. Round of applause. We've been through a lot together in the 14 years we've been friends. I'd like to thank you for everything you did to help us with this wedding, but you did the minimum, and I think you're quite proud of that. I wasn't going to tell Lauren, but it might be a good time to tell Lauren that Stephen was supposed to be my good karma this morning, keep me calm and help me with all my jobs, but he had to go to Metro Centre to buy his silly shirt because he didn't have one.
Yeah, I knew it.
This morning,
Robin.
No, thanks a lot. I think that was a good time to remind Stephen as well how nice I always am to him. Just before his speech, I just want to remind him how I've always got nothing but nice things to say to you, everything I've done for you, and I never say anything to embarrass you in front of your family or friends. All right. And I suppose I should thank my wife, the old ball and chain.
Hey. Ball and chain.
Yeah. Thanks for swiping right almost 5 years ago. I remember mine and Lauren's first date. I know that Kerry spoke about it there. We kept it nice and simple, just a nice little quiet, fancy Italians in Jesmond. And at the time, I thought Lauren found me hilarious. It wasn't until weeks and months later I met Kerry and she told me she tanked a bottle of wine before she came. But me and Lauren hit it off straight away, so comfortable in each other's company. But it wasn't until after a meal, when I had my first moment, I thought, oh, this could actually be something here. She might be the one. It was when afterward, paid for a meal, got in the car, going to drive Lauren home. I turned to Lauren and I says, do you know when you say things like, as a joke, but you're serious? So I turned to Lauren and goes, ooh, fancy popping to... fancy popping to McDonald's for a McFlurry? And she turned straight back, no hesitation, with her eyes lit up. She went, oh, definitely. That's when I knew she was the one for me. I think my favourite thing about mine and Lauren's relationship is all the holidays we go on. We're always either on holiday or planning to go on holiday. I know that normal people, when they get hangry, it's because they're angry because they're so hungry. But Lauren gets hangry when she hasn't had 3 holidays in a year. But I love all the adventures we go on. If you don't mind, I've actually made a little clip. I've made a little montage of just a little short film with some of the amazing places we've been around the world. Have you got any music playing? Dale, if you can just hit spacebar.
Next time.
Look at Adam buzzing.
Again. And again. Oh.
That's it. No, but I can't wait to take you to more exotic places around the world so you can sleep. So I think I'll finish off my speech now just by saying, Lauren, I genuinely feel like I've won the lottery today. Definitely.
A few million.
There's not many people that get to say that they're marrying their best friend, but I am today. Oh. And I love you to bits, and I can't wait for our future together. I know. So if everybody would like to join me for another toast to best friends into the future.
Best friends in the future. The best son-in-law.
I'll let you pass you over to best man now, Stephen, who's going to give the worst best man speech today.
It's possible. It is possible. Good afternoon, everyone. Can everyone hear me okay, yes? I've never used one of these before. Can you hear us? Yeah. Right, okay. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, which looking up here is just about everyone, my name is Steve, Chris's best man. Don't worry, I won't bore you for too long. I'm going to keep this speech just like Chris, short and not very funny. Okay. Lauren, before I rip into Chris for the next 2 hours or so, I just want to say how beautiful you look today. You really do look stunning, and you know how hard it is for me to say that. Chris is lucky to have any bride sit next to him, but even luckier to have one as beautiful and loving and caring as you are. So congratulations to you both. Okay? So that's the nice bit done. I just want to speak now about how me and Chris know each other. We've known each other for 14 years, as he mentioned before. Met at university at Newcastle. And we definitely weren't the coolest kids at university, were we, Chris? Most lads were wasting the money, the student loans on, drugs, drink, and women. We were going to the cinema and buying loads of sweets, which it was a really good time actually. So it was good. Yeah. We really were a couple of saddos. In fact, the only cool thing about us was that we never went to the lectures, okay, which is probably why Chris didn't actually get a degree in the end. Sorry, that's still a secret, isn't it? Sorry. Yeah. We weren't massive party animals, mainly due to the fact that Chris can't take his ale, 3-4 pints and he's struggling to stand up. And incidentally, if you're wondering why none of his drinks have been touched, it's because he likes the taste, or he's savouring the flavour for later on. It's not because he can't drink, okay? I'd like to stand here and tell you how we've matured into older, cooler people, but that would be a lie. Just last night, for his last night of freedom, we walked the dogs in the rain, stayed in and watched half a film before we got too tired and had to go to bed. So, and I actually wrote that before we actually did it because I knew that was going to happen. But it is a friendship that I cherish. And I briefly want to be nice and say that I'm glad he's finally getting married. After the many women that he's brought back for me to meet, he's finally tricked one of them into marrying him. I don't know quite how he's done it, but congratulations, Chris. I also want to thank Chris for asking me to be his best man. If I'm being honest, I knew he was going to ask us. He's always looked up to me, not only as a role model in life, but because once again he is really, really short. Now we need to talk about how Chris met the lovely Lauren. Okay, we've all heard of these social media type dating websites. You create a profile, use loads of different filters to make yourself look better than you actually are. Chris must have used a lot. And, some of the popular websites are Plenty of Fish, OkCupid, eHarmony, Match, many others, and of course the junior version of Tinder that Chris must have found Lauren on at the time, called Kinder. But Chris was worried Kerry wouldn't get that joke, so I don't know if she did or not. But yes, a 10-year age gap that might have raised a few eyebrows. But to those of us who know Chris, he's always, every girlfriend he's had, I think, has been at least a decade younger. And marrying Lauren today is far more sort of appropriate than the relationship he was in when he was 23 years old. Which I didn't know whether to put that one in or not, because I thought it was touch and go with whether it was a bit too dodgy, but yeah. Anyway, a recent study has revealed that 66% of people in Britain are addicted to puzzles, which means that at least 2/3 of you out there are wondering, what on earth is Lauren doing? Why, oh why, are you marrying Chris? In all honesty, I'm sure not the only one scratching my head here, thinking, what are you doing, Lauren? But then I remembered when Chris met Lauren, he actually looked quite good. He was quite handsome, he was in great shape. Like he mentioned before, he had a six-pack. Yes, a long time ago. So then I figured it out. Lauren must be just like my wife, Robin. She must be a feeder. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm about to show you may shock, and I apologise if it puts you off your food before you've eaten. But we have to do something about this. Look at what Lauren is doing to my best mate, Chris. Everyone have a look. At this. Don't worry, I will share it around later on. I'll pass it around, don't worry. I'll start at this table. The image on the left as you look is, there you go, pass it around, there you go. That's Stuart, sorry Stuart, that's Stuart, I've just given it to. That is Chris when he lived with me, and then that is Chris just a few days ago, I believe. So, a man in his prime, taken and reduced to whatever you call that image there on the side. So, it is concerning though. Okay. As the best man and a married man myself, I'm supposed to pass on some. Shut up! I'm supposed to pass on some wise words of wisdom. But as my wife says, I don't have any of those, so you're just going to have to wing it like I did and just do whatever Lauren tells you to do. If I can try and be genuine and nice for a second, I would just like to say to Lauren, Chris is the happiest I've ever met him so far. He loves you even more than he loves me, which is quite a lot, so thank you for taking it off my hands. It's a burden that's gone at last. Yeah. To both of you, I want to wish you both a lifetime of happiness and good fortune, blessed with everything you both want from life. On behalf of the bridesmaids, ushers and myself, thank you for choosing us to be part of your special day. And thank you so much for all the effort you've put into it. I know you've both put a lot of time in, you know, what that people don't see. So it's been an amazing day so far, and I hope the rest of the day is just as good. So that's all for me. Thank you for listening and not booing or heckling too much. I know there was no really dodgy stories there, but I've been told the people to speak to about those afterwards are Carl and Adam, ones that can't be spoken over a microphone later on at the bar, so in exchange for a drink, they'll give you a story, I've heard. So, if you could all join me now in just raising a toast to Chris and Lauren for the future. So, cheers, Matt. Cheers. There you go. I don't know. Cheers. Thank you.
No introduction? No introduction? Adam, do you want me to stand on the chair before I start, or can you see me? Right, cheers. There's always one heckler, and he's nearly always in my family. Thank you. Right. It's my time, sis. All right. Thank you for the put. Jesus. Here we go. Following that's going to be hard. Fantastic speeches and, you know, ticking all the boxes. So I'm going to try. For those of you who don't know me, and a lot of you do in here, apart from maybe your side of the family, some of them may have heard about me. I don't know. Probably more bad than good. But this is what Daniel Craig will look like when he's 53. I was breathing in as well, and I still got a laugh. Right, anyway. But just before I talk about the happy couple, lookalikes, you know, how Chris was likened to, what was his name? Leonardo DiCaprio once, yeah. And I've had a lot of compliments today saying that he looks like me, so must be something in it. Although when I was younger, I did get likened to Tom Cruise. It was round about when I met you, Joe, I think. No? Is he short? What are you nodding your head for? You're meant to be supportive, are you?
Ring a bell.
Oh, you doesn't ring a bell? Okay. Must have been a dream. Anyway, look-alike. So as I say, when I was younger, very younger, slimmer in the army, very young Tom Cruise. Seriously? I had one of my bosses maybe about 20 years ago, became Zamo of Grange Hill. No? Right. What do you mean now? All right. In Sainsbury's, not so long ago, it was Paul Hollywood. And I can't cook, I burn water, and everybody knows that. And then I met Stavros Flatley, and he said I look more like him than him, which I thought was a compliment, but he's about 3 foot tall and fat and bald. So there you go, read that what you will. And then more recently, as you get older, it was John Burklow. Anybody know him? House of Commons Speaker? Oh, horrible, yeah. And even worse, Alex Salmond. I think I had bags under my eyes during the day. Yeah, just saying. It was a bad day. What do you mean you're agreeing? Kerry, I used to like you as well. Right. Right. So, I've got a lot to cram in 25 minutes. What?
I'm waiting for my food.
Oh, 5 minutes, sorry. 5 minutes. Right, 5 minutes. So, Chris and Lauren, you can agree, such a lovely, well-matched couple. Outwardly, really good-looking, inwardly fantastic human beings. And like Kerry, I'm amazingly proud of my son and the partner he's chose. Love Lauren to bits. And, you know, couldn't have asked for a better couple. So, I'd like to start with my firstborn. First met him in December 1985, bundle of joy. Knew about him a bit before that, but, you know. And he's turned out to be a fantastic kid, and that's probably more down to his mother than me, Gillian. Yes, you can agree on that one, yeah. But he has got some traits that I would like to claim as mine. He's lovely lady-killing blue eyes, which my sister is very jealous of. Short. Mine. Yes, he's short, but that's not a good trait, I don't think. Right. He's uncanny good looks. Yeah. Yes. And he's amazing wit. You know, he's cut dried. No. He's care in nature. And of course, strong virile hair, unlike Adam and Carl. But, I would ask for a refund for that hair transplant, by the way. I'm just saying. The wind out there during the photos, I was embarrassed for you. And there are also some traits that Chris has got, which I don't know whether they come from me. Well, they didn't come from me. Certainly didn't come from his mother. But things like he's singing. I don't know whether you saw his Facebook the other day of The Greatest Showman. Dear God. Not good to watch. And his chicken sticky out bum dancing, which is the weirdest dance you'll see, and you might get to see it later after he's had a few beers, to be honest. But why he sticks his bum out like he does and dance vertically is beyond us. We'll see. Right. Dale's here as well, obviously his other brother. And growing up, one lasting thing that I always remember is their love of WWF, World Wrestling Federation. And during the early 90s, the Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, Bushwhackers, all that kind of thing was around. And me and Jill, we decided, I don't know why, but we bought them bunk beds. And I always remember coming in one day and they'd been watching it, and our Dale was on the top bunk. Sorry, our Chris was on the top bunk and our Dale's on the bottom laughing. And all he was like, I'm doing a Hulk Hogan smackdown or something, and jumping off the top of the bunk bed on Dale, which is very worrying as a parent, but luckily that wasn't a trip to A&E at that time. You would think you'd grow out of this, but I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, he was down my house and with Dale, and he was a bit upset because I wouldn't stay up till 6 o'clock in the morning to watch SummerSlam with them, because I'd work the next day. So as I went down the stairs, they're coming up, still giving it woo, woo, on the way up, like. So SummerSlam's a big thing with them. Lauren, welcome to the family. Couldn't ask for a better daughter-in-law. Lovely at the bits already. This is just underlining it for me because you've been part of the family for so long. And sometimes I do have to tell you to go home because you know, out there you're welcome. Bless you. And I know you're more than happy to give up the Armstrong name for a Pearson name after recent conversations, even though your mum doesn't agree. She's not even listening. There you go. She's loving having the Pearson name. I don't know what you're on about. And Lauren, what's the best thing about Lauren joining our family? Cheap train tickets. Carl and Adam, yep. Carl especially. Unfortunately, with Lauren, we get Kerry, so... I know you're happy, like we can like timeshare and that and care for her and that rather than you lot having the brunt of it, but I do feel for you. That's it. Nothing. It's all right, Kerry. Sorry, I've tried to keep it light, but I did get quite emotional this morning. So it's to do with our Chris. I spent a lot of time in the army when they were younger, and Jill was left at home quite a lot with the kids. But I do remember when I went to the Gulf War in 90 and 91, and Jill got Sky Satellite installed. And when I come home, after coming back from Iraq and Kuwait or whatever, she took me aside and said he'd been every day, he'd been watching Sky News looking for his dad to make sure I was okay. And, you know, it hit me bad when I got back. You know, I didn't really say anything, but when your own child has to think like that when you're away, you know, doing whatever you're doing as a soldier, it had a massive impact on me this morning, and I've spoken to a couple of people about it. But ever since then, you know, when I served in Ireland and Kosovo and Bosnia and all that stuff, I always made sure that I looked after myself and got home for my kids, not just Chris, but Dale and Lauren. And, you know, he's now a firefighter, and he's looking after other people, and it's his care in nature, etc. And that's this, that, and the other. And now I find myself now watching the news when there's a big fire or whatever to make sure he's all right, and he texts me. So it's kind of like part of being a parent, and you know, his mum feels like that as well. And we couldn't be more pleased of this day. And love you to bits, son, Lauren, from the family. Probably has been 25 minutes, so I'm going to stay the same. Please raise your glasses for Mr. and Mrs. Pearson. Thank you. Sorry? You can have your meals now.